One thing you got to be careful about around the garden. Look at that beehive. And it's located on top of or under one of the cabbage leaves. Luckily there was nothing on it when I picked it. So what I'm doing this morning is just getting the chickens some breakfast here. Pulling out some of these cabbages that are starting to bolt and that are ready. Let me show you one of the heads. Look at that. That is a nice solid head of cabbage. My wife can make some kimchi out of this. It's going to be awesome. This one didn't really form a head and it's bolting. We're going to give the whole thing to the chickens. Look at that. All the bees already... Actually, there's still some larvae in there moving around. Guess the chickens will get some protein as well. This is the Chinese cabbage Hilton.
Today I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Sprinkler! Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, this is what we do down here in March in Florida, man. Start playing in the sprinklers, because guess what? It's about summertime around this joint.
We should have went to Uncle's in the pool, because I want to jump in the pool at Uncle's.
The pool isn't quite warm enough. It's going to be, though, here in a couple weeks. And then we'll go to Uncle's in the pool. Man, them tomato plants are growing like crazy, guys. I am starting to get flowers. I already have some tomatoes on a few of them. Today, we are going to put the peppers in the ground. Yes, indeed. They have to get out of them little pots we have them in. So, let me show you kind of where I'm thinking about placing them. Alright guys, yes, we definitely have to get the peppers in the ground. I'm just kind of setting them in the raised beds, seeing where I want them. They have to get the most sunlight. You know, peppers like that full sun, they like it hot. So, this is my idea. Let's take a look. Alright, let's walk through these two real quick. Look at these peppers, or these tomato plants. Look at here. We got a little tomato growing and more flowers starting. Oh, there's more tomatoes right in there. Right there. Tomato plants are looking good. Look at this one. Look at the size of these stems on this thing. Just huge. Very big. Tomato plants are blowing up. I had to go buy more bamboo stakes and tie them up. The different arms I had to tie up. So now they're all tied up, looking good. Just beautiful. But anyway, in this raised bed here, I'm thinking about putting these two pepper plants right in this location. They'll be in between two rows of kale. We have the scarlet kale here, dinosaur kale here, and I think right in the center is where we're going to put these two pepper plants. These are purple jalapeno, and that one over there is the Thai hybrid. So very tall plants. So I figured I could put them back behind here. Next thing I'm going to do is these cabbages. These are coming out. So I'm going to take these out. That'll open up this whole center. And that's where these two plants will go. These two peppers. So we're going to have 4 pepper plants in this raised bed with some pretty good spacing, as you can see. They're going to get spaced out nicely. And then over here we're going to clean this bed out and we're going to put the Korean dark green in there. So those are the 5 pepper plants. Just a little recap here. The potatoes are growing great above ground. We'll see how they are underground later in the summer. Garlic is doing good. Everything is just blowing up, guys. I do have a lot of weeds I got to get out of here. Here are the cabbages. They're growing slowly. I don't know how well they're doing. You would think the heads should be getting built more already, but I don't know. One of the rogue tomato plants that we have already has some beautiful tomatoes on it and getting more flowers, so that one's doing good. Tons of bees around right now, guys. The other tomato plant over here that just kind of grew by itself, it has tomatoes on it as well down here. So We took out all of these Chinese cabbage Hiltons throughout the week and fed them to the chickens, which they loved. I took out the romaine over there, that was bolting, so they love eating all that. Look at this goon. You having fun?
Yeah. I want it low like it was before.
Okay.
Was before.
All right, guys. Who remembers playing in the sprinklers as kids? Where I'm from, out in the country, we didn't have any pools. So it was the sprinklers or it was water troughs that the cattle drank out of. We used to go swim in those. Having fun?
Yep.
Go ahead, tell them what we're doing today.
Okay, so I got a surprise for you guys. Get up, wet stuff. So today, we're going to be doing the big sprinkler today.
Big sprinkler? All right.
That's the biggest one we have. There's the biggest one we have.
That's the biggest one we have?
And we actually paid money for these.
Oh, we paid money for it? All right, cool. We'll go play. Have fun. Okay, guys, I'm only 5'5", but this plant is an easy 4'10" right now. But anyway, we're going to mix up some soil. We're going to add it into these raised beds, and we're going to get those peppers planted. So let's get it done. To be 5 again. So you're filling up the umbrella, and then you're going to pour it into the little cup, and then that goes into the water, and then it goes into the bucket. That's quite a process.
That's enough. Yep, that's plenty.
Alright, so we're going to do a mixture to amend the raised bed before we put the pepper plants in. So I have some of that chicken compost that I got out of the little chick cage. I have some black cow manure that I buy at Lowe's. I got some peat moss. I got some Miracle Grow organic potting soil. And I have leftover Miracle Grow moisture control we use for the pots for the tomatoes. We'll just mix that in, call it good. So let's get it all set up. This is nice, guys. Peat moss, black cow manure, our chicken compost manure, organic Miracle Grow container mix. Just beautiful. Very nice. All right, guys, it's Sunday morning, about 7:30, almost 8 o'clock. First thing I'm going to do is harvest this area to make room for the peppers. So after clearing out the area, I got 4 nice little heads here we can use for something. Now it's time to get the peppers in. Alright, now I'm just going to clean the area up real quick, get any sticks or weeds out, till it up real fast with my little hand tiller, and then we'll load it up with some new made soil. Alright, now that I tilled it up a little bit, I'm just going to make my 2 holes that I'm going to put the pepper plants in. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger than what I need, fill them up with some of our black cow compost, chicken compost, all that good stuff we mixed up yesterday, and get them in the ground. Some of the nice soil in there. The first thing I got to do is cut off the lower leaves. That should be good. You want to bury it a little deeper, not like the tomatoes. It won't grow roots all the way up, but a little bit deeper is always better. This is the cayenne long. Oh yeah. Beautiful root system starting. Let me go get more of the good soil. just for the sake of not being too repetitive, I'm going to do the same thing with the other pepper plants. Dig a hole, put some new amended soil in it, plant it, and I'll show you at the end how they're looking. Alright, I was just out here by the wood chip pile getting some wood chips to mulch the pepper plants. And I tell you what, I'm going to try and dig up some of these worms that I'm seeing. Oh my god, they are massive. Let's see if I can find some. I cut that one in half, I think, but look at how big it is. How thick. Little baby one. Here goes one. Another small one. They jump around crazy. Whoop. Thousands of worms, guys. Thousands of worms in my wood chip pile. Look at that. Oh yeah. All kinds of worms, guys. All kinds of worms in the wood chips.
Oh, I found a fat one.
Oh yeah.
It was under here. It was massive. Oh, I see one. Got it. Go. Well, I got one. It's really tiny. Look, a baby worm. Look at how slimy and gooey that thing is. It looks completely like a worm.
Alright guys, so that's a wrap. We got the peppers finally planted out in the garden. We got our Korean dark green right here. I put that nice soil mixture we made yesterday in there. I went and I got some wood chips from the side of the house. Everything's planted, ready to roll. Look at this, purple jalapenos. Already got some peppers growing on it. Oh yeah, it started. The production has begun. Over here, we got some peppers on this one as well. See that guy? Alright. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for this weekend. We got the peppers out there. They're planted. Hopefully they do good where they're at. I think they'll be fine. We'll give them a few days to get established. I'll show you how they're looking next weekend. Next weekend's pretty exciting. I work till Thursday. And then me and my wife are going to St. Augustine, Florida for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A 3-day little weekend getaway for us. Anthony's coming down to watch his little brother. And on the 13th is my wife's 40th birthday. So we're going to go to St. Augustine for the weekend. And then all next week we're off. Beach bumming. Who knows what we're going to do. Maybe get some work done in the backyard. That's what I should be doing. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. In that wood chip pile, I showed you a couple of the worms that I found, but dude, I found some big worms in there. They're huge. They're doing good in there. They're loving them wood chips. So that'll help mulch that soil, also fertilize it a little. So I think we're good to go on the peppers. There we go, zone 9, March. Tomatoes are already bearing fruit. Peppers are already bearing fruit. We're just getting started, guys. Y'all have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.